Constructor. I haven't solved a puzzle in a long time. This puzzle on screen is by Clover. It's called Packing Problem. And this was brought to our attention by none other than the terrifying Gliperal, whose puzzles I have also done on the channel from time to time. Gliperal is a creature of quite extraordinary intellect. And basically, we had an email where Gliperal told us that Clover's been working on this puzzle for 1.5 years, and Gliperal thinks it's absolutely incredible. And I found it on Logic Masters Germany. And yes, the comments basically say this is incredible. I mean, Pietato says excellent. One of the best break-ins I ever saw, says Franjo. Snooker fan, who's a great judge of a puzzle, very nice. Yes, it's Playmaker 6174. Wow, an incredibly beautiful puzzle from start to finish. So I'm very much looking forward to having a go at this. It has got, I think it was 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty. I hope I'm not misremembering that. Anyway, you'll be able to judge how difficult I found it, if indeed I can solve it at all, by having a look at the length of the video. And it's another short rule set today after yesterday's yesterday's puzzle by Henta did have a slightly shorter rule set, but this one is also incredibly short, and it's a rule set I have never seen before, and quite frankly I have no idea how Clover set this, because the rule set is bonkers. Anyway, we'll get to that in a moment or two's time. Now, what else do I have to tell you about? There are a few things going on, aren't there? Let's start with Blobz, which is our competition running over on Patreon. It started on the 1st of September. This was the count was this yesterday's count? I can't remember if I refreshed it yesterday, but we'll refresh it in again. So we'd had 1,000 solvers of the first puzzle, and 121 solvers of all the puzzles. And the fastest solver solved all 10 puzzles in less than 2.5 hours, which is, I mean, it's ridiculous. That is some strike rate. Anyway, let's have a look and see where we are now. And where are we going? It takes ages. It's my internet, basically. My internet is so bad. It's antediluvian. It is a source of constant frustration for me. Look, it's just not doing it. That's not my fault. It's not my fault. What film is that from? Anyway, it's not my. It wasn't from Back to the. No, it wasn't from Back to the Future. It doesn't seem to work. Let's let it think about it, or maybe I should refresh it again. But this is it. This is the pack. So it's absolutely fabulous. If you like the film, you'll love Blobz's creation. Is it done? Oh, it has. Okay, I can't remember what the numbers were, but we're up to nearly 200 solvers. Did I say it was 121? And 1,300 solvers the first puzzle. Absolutely brilliant. Get involved. You'll have a lot of fun. The closing date's the 20th. The prize, such as it is the chance to solve a puzzle with me. So that might appeal to some of you, perhaps. Another quick shout out for the fact that we're doing a live edition of Cracking the Cryptic over at the Stratford-Upon-Avon Literary Festival in November. So if you'd like to come to that, we'd love to see you. We had a blast doing that last year. And the other thing to mention is birthdays. I am nearly caught up post-holiday, actually. I've got a few to do today, and then I think I'm back on track. So these are basically all late, and I apologise. But Alexandros over there in Greece, it was your name day on August the 30th, where I think sweets and goodies are basically consumed, aren't they, on name days? So I hope it was a good one. Next, on the 2nd of September, Dennis, you turned 35. And I know this because your girlfriend Sophia wrote to us. I think, I might be wrong about this, but I think I had to tell Sophia where her birthday present was hidden one year on the channel. That might even have been last year, and I may have forgot to do it. Oh, I can't remember. There's something ringing a vague bell in my brain. But Dennis, I hope you had a great birthday. Chloe and Graham, on the 1st of September, it was your 7-year anniversary. And I'm intrigued to hear that, Chloe, you solve every puzzle that we upload. That is extraordinary. That must take quite a lot of time. So, Chloe, thank you for being such a dedicated viewer. And congratulations. I hope it was a cause for immensely iced cake on the 1st. Next, also on the 1st, Jan or Jan Oh, I'm going to go Jan. Jan, you turned 31. And I know this because your girlfriend Maren wrote to us. And I think the two of you were in France on holidays and expecting rain. And I gather board games were expected to be played. Well, that is a good way of dodging the rain. And Jan, I hope you had a great birthday. Also on the 1st of September, loads on the 1st of September, Roderick, your brother Cedric, wrote to me and claimed that you would like a shout out for your birthday. I'm sorry it's late, and I hope it was a good one. Also on the 1st of September, Tori, your boyfriend Treggy, wrote to us. And Treggy, thank you very much for being considerate. Treggy is Hungarian, and Treggy's real name, which I do know, but I'm not going to... It looks like it's simple, but I know I'll get it so badly wrong that I refuse to even try. But Treggy wanted to wish you, Tori, a very happy birthday, and I hope it was a good one. And then finally, Zayden. Zayden, it was your birthday on the 29th of August, if I can read my writing correctly. I know this because your wife, Alexandra Ann, wrote to us down there in Australia. The two of you have a baby on the way. The best of luck with that. And Zayden, I hope you had a great birthday. And that's all the news. So with that said and done, let's have a go at Packing Problem by Clover. The rules are not going to take long to read. They are as follows. We have got normal Sudoku rules apply. So we have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. In each cage, there is one digit that equals the sum of the other 3 digits in that cage. Digits may repeat in cages if allowed by Sudoku rules. And that is all the rules. So these cages are bizarre. They're like arrows, I suppose, but where the arrow can go in all sorts of directions. So imagine that 1, 2, 6, 3. Actually, I've seen another way that could work. Yeah. So, yeah, imagine this was the case. Then I think this digit, I want to say there are 2 choices. I might have missed an option. But because 3 of the digits add to the 4th, if it was these 3 digits summing to 6, that could be a 3. But if it was those 3 digits summing up, then you could put a 9 there, I think. I think that's how it works. And digits may repeat in cages. Not many cages. In fact, where can it... Oh! Well, digits can only repeat in that cage, I'm going to claim. I might have missed a cage, but that's the only one I can see where a digit could repeat. You could have something like that there, couldn't you? I was going to do that, but that definitely won't obey the rules. Anyway, do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now the only thing that's occurring to me as we stare at the empty grid is that this must be something to do with low digit sums. What do I mean by that? Well, something I've learned from Arrow Sudoku is that if you have 3 different, if you have 3 different Sudoku digits adding up to a number, then those 3 different digits must include at least 2 low numbers. And what do I mean by a low number? I mean a 1, 2 or a 3. And the way to prove that to yourself is, let's look at this one and let's say, okay, well, let's imagine there aren't 2 low numbers in here. So there aren't 2 at least of the digits 1, 2 and 3. How would it work? Well, the digits that would be the sort of providing the addition could be as low as 1, but then if we're not allowed another low digit, this would have to be at least 4, and this would have to be at least 5. And 1 plus 4 plus 5 equals 10, which we can't put in Sudoku. So we know, except for this cage, which is a sort of an outlier. I'm just checking whether there are any other... I don't think there are any other There are cages that cross box borders, but they, obviously we can't repeat a digit in that cage because it's all in the same column. So I think it's only this cage that isn't potentially going to obey that rule. Every other cage in this puzzle has at least 2 low digits in it. So I imagine what we have to do is to count... low digits. So what do I mean? Well, obviously there's going to be a 1, 2 and a 3 in row 1. There's going to be a 1, 2 and a 3 in row 2, and there's going to be a 1, 2 and a 3 in row 3. So there are 9 low digits to be distributed into these 3 rows. But we know there's at least 2 in there, at least 2 in there, at least 2 in there, and at least 2 in there. So that means at least 8 of the low digits are used up in the cages. But I mean, if one of these was 1, 2, 3 adding up to 6, all 9 low digits could be used up here. And then these 2 digits would have to not be 1, 2 and 3. But that's fine, isn't it? Oh dear, so okay, I haven't got this yet, sorry. Let's try... Oh, bobbins. I tried exactly the same trick on the last 3 rows, and I've got nowhere there either. So again, we've got sort of... we've got 4 complete cages, and I know there's two low digits at least in all 4 of those. So again, 8 low digits are definitely catered for. And we've got... Ah, no, hang on. Ah, no, hang on, I have got something here, but it's not real. It's to do with actually the bottom 6 rows of the grid. It's to do with this cage, bizarrely. So not that cage, but this cage. Because this cage has to obey this property as well. That's got to have at least 2 low digits in it. So if we count complete cages that exist in the bottom 6 rows of the grid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's huge, because each one of... Oh, but hang on. Well, hang on, let me just complete my thought before I worry about this cage. So that means that I've now got 9... sorry, there were 9 cages there. I know each cage contains at least 2 low digits. So 18 low digits are definitely in cages, in those cages we just highlighted. And that's how many low digits there are in the bottom 6 rows of the grid, because each row will have 3 low digits. So there are no low digits. We could colour this, couldn't we? Let's say there are no low digits in any, by low digits I mean 1s, 2s and 3s. There are literally none in any of those cells. But then I know that there have to be... Oh no, I was going to say there have to be... Yeah, no, this is... Okay. Well, there must be 8... Yeah, okay. So now I understand. This is ridiculous. Yeah, this is beautiful. I mean, there's no other word for this. This is beautiful. Yeah, okay. Right, so we seem to be reaching a bit of an impasse here, don't we? Because we've got this funny cage, and I know that these 2 digits cannot be low. But do you remember when we did the count on the first 3 rows? We said there's definitely 8 low digits in those cells. So how many low digits can there be in this domino? Well, there can't be more than 1. There cannot be more than 1. And that's it's really weird, but it's beautiful. But there can't be more than 1 because we can't put 10 low digits in the top 3 rows of the grid. There are only 9 by the rules of Sudoku. So there must be 1 in here, because if this was made up of, say, 4, 5, 6, 7, you can't make 3 of the digits add up to the 4th digit, can you? 4, 5 and 6 add up to a lot, 15, which is not a Sudoku digit. So there must be a low digit in here. And therefore we are faced with the conundrum of how we fill this cage with those rules. Because that means there's 2 digits that are not 1, 2 and 3 that are contributing to the sum to the 4th digit. So it's got to be 1, 4, 4, 9. It's got to be. So these have to be these have to, because 4 is repeated, these have to be 4 and 9. And then these have to be 1 and 4. And we're either going to have 4s in those two positions or 4s in these two positions. Oh, no, I can do this. Oh, this is very, very brilliant, actually. To be honest, it's brilliant. That is the honest assessment of this. It's incredibly clever, yeah. Because now, blue was my colour for not low digit. But let's look at the top 3 rows now. I know that all 9 low digits must appear in these 4 cages plus one of these 2 cells. So again, all of this is blue. And now we've effectively catered for all of the low digits in the puzzle. Every single cage, apart from the funny old cage here, contains 2 low digits. There is simply no possibility that you can put 3 low digits into any of these cages, because there'll then be too many low digits in the puzzle. Now, that means, look at this box. How many low digits are in box 1? Now the answer is 3, but I can only put 2 in that S tetromino, so that has to be low, I think. So that means the 4s go there, and that I mean, it's really imaginative as an idea, this as well. Oh, I've just spotted what this cage is now. Because that you start with the only cage that could have repeated digits in it is really, I mean, that is a Cyrano de Bergerac moment, isn't it? That is panache. I mean, hats off. So now this cage, it's got 3 low digits, or it's got 3 digits that are adding to the 4th. Well, the lowest those 3 digits could be, because they don't include 1, are 2, 3 and 4. In fact, I can place the 4. It must be 2, 3 and 4 adding to 9, mustn't it? That's the only way that can work. And that, therefore, is blue. And I think, well, no, I'm not going to say. So it's going to be something to do with allocating the low digits in some sort of look at column 4. There are only 3 white cells, so they've all got to be low. Because, remember, every single low digit is appearing in a white cell, and there must be a 1, 2 and a 3 in column 4. So should we have a different colour for when we know? Let's make that orange then. So orange means definite low digit, so these should all be orange. So there are going to be 2 in here. Oh, can I use, okay, here is the tiny point then. So because 4 can't go in this cage, 1 must go in it, I think. Because if there was no 1 in this 4-cell cage, it would be 2, 3, 4, 9. But it can't be, because the 4 is not available. So it must have a 1 in it. The 1 must be in one of those 2 squares. So there's a 1 down there. And it can't be, well, we know there aren't 3 low digits in it, so it's not 1, 2, 3 adding to 6, it's not 1, 2, 4 adding to 7 because of this, but it could add up to 8 or 9. If it's adding up to 8, it's 1, 2, 5 adding up to 8. If it's adding up to 9, it could be 1, 2, 6 or 1, 3, 5, I think. Yes, okay, but I'm going to try my logic again with 4s, look. Because 4 can't go in that cage. So 1 must be in this cage, I think. 1 must be up there. Which might matter. Or not. 4 is also down here, look. Okay, there are only 2 low digits in any cage, so the 3rd low digit in row 5 must be here. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a case of sort of picking off the the little tricks that we can do. Yes, here's another one. Here's another one. So in this cage, there are 2 low digits. And there can't be more than 3 low digits. Well, there must be exactly 3 low digits in box 6. So there's 1 low digit there, but there must be 2 low digits in that cage. So that's a low digit. This can't be a 1, can it? Because if this is a 1, that has to be 2, 3, 4 adding up to 9. So that doesn't work. So there is definitely a 1 in this cage, is the corollary of that logic. Although I don't think I know where it goes. Probably famous last words. Well, actually, hang on. Yeah, oh, yeah, hang on. Look, this also can't be 2, 3, 4, 9 because of this domino. So there must be a 1 in this cage, so the 1 must be there. So this isn't a 1. Now I've got a 2, 3 pair. Oh, does that? No, that does work. I was thinking, no, that doesn't work, but it does. It does work. That's fine. No, it's beautiful. Right, yeah. Look at this one now. That hasn't got a 1 in it. So this one is 2, 3, 4, adding up to 9. Good grief. I don't think I know the disposition of the low ones in that, but that logic seems sound. Now, what does this add up to? It doesn't add up to 9. It doesn't add up to 7. It doesn't add up to 6. So it adds up to 8. So we can put 8 into it. And it's not 1, 3, 4. So it must be 1, 2, 5. So this is actually all sorted out. 2, 3, 1, 5, 8 into these cells. This has got to be 6, 7 now. By Sudoku of all things. I mean, it's outrageous being made to do Sudoku. That 6, 7 is probably going to do something to that one. But hang on, let's just not get ahead of ourselves. What is this cage adding up to? I think it's got to add up to 8 because it's got a 3 in it. And it can't be 1, 2, 3 adding up to 6. And it can't add up to 9. So this is 1, 4, 8 into these cells. Which is, that digit has to go there in my Sudoku in box 5, look. So these digits are, well, they are, okay, they're 5, 6, 7. So there's a 5, 6, 7 triple in row 6. And I'm sure that's going to do something, but I don't know what it is. Okay, all right. So that was still all very. That was very cool. That was very cool. Now, what do we do next then? We know this one's got 1 in it. We know this one's got 1 in it. If this one is not a 1. Yeah. Okay, let's look at this L tetromino. I don't think this can be one of these tetrominos that doesn't have 1 in it. Because we know that a tetromino without 1 is 2, 3, 4, 9. And I don't think that's going to work there, is it? I'm going to have too many digits from the same 3 digits as options in row 3. Because this 4 is rather pretty and stops 4 being an option in any of those cells. So actually, yeah, that's quite big, isn't it? Because this not being able to be 2, 3, 4, 9 means it has got a 1 in it, and that 1 is placed. And now this cage can't have a 1 in it, so that is 2, 3, 4, 9 again. And those are not 4. And that's going to be very important for the following reason. Come on, brain. Come up with something. These two can't both be low, can they? Because that would put 4 lows in box 2. So one of those is low. One of those is therefore 9, which means there's no 9 here. So we've got 1. Now hang on, can I do Sudoku? 2 comes out of that, 3 comes out of that. And this is 1 low digit and a 4. And this, do we know what this adds up to? I'm not sure actually. Sorry if you can see it and I'm not seeing it quickly. I'm not trying to be. Oh, well, that's not a 1. Maybe we can do Sudoku. And what's this cage then? This cage cannot add up to 7, it can't add up to 6, and it can't add up to 9. So this adds up to 8 and doesn't use 4. That's good. So this is 1, 2, 5, 8. We know that. 1, 2, 5, 8. And we know that's a low digit because it's orange. So there's a 3 down there now. And this is definitely not a 1. And oh, hang on, if that's 1, 2, 5, 8, that is 9, that is 3. So now I've got a 2, 4 pair over here. Well, now, so what's this now? Oh, this must be 1, 3, 5 adding up to 9, because the only 2 low digits, well, if we think about what's the lowest 2 digits we can put in this tetromino, given 2 and 4 are not available, it has to be 1, 3, 5 adding up to 9, doesn't it? So that's 3, 5, 9. It sort of feels like that might do something. Is 2, 3? Yeah, look there. That is a 2, 3, 5, 9 quadruple, which makes this square not able to be 2 or 5. So that's got to be 8. Now I've got a 1, 2, 5 triple here, so I can get rid of 5 from this one, 2 from this one. I've now got a 3, 9 pair in row 2, and I need to put in not 4, 6, 7, 8. Forgive me. I'm going to pencil mark that. So that must be. Oh, that must be 6 or 7, I suppose. That must be 6 or 7. That must be 6 or 7. Okay. Oh, but this digit has to find a home in this box. So that's the same digit as this. These two are the same. Now 6 and 7, we probably have to look down column 1 soon, I would think. Yeah, I can see something I can do there straight away. But I tell you the other thing I'm going to do, because it pleases me, is I'm going to put my oranges in, and I can. No, I'm not. Maybe I can do better than that, but I can't see how. Right. Okay, well, the thing I've noticed is that this cage must have a 1 in it, because otherwise, again, it's 2, 3, 4, 9, and that's going to kill this cell off. So the 1 is not there, I don't think. So we have got a 1 in here. We've got so this, which means of course that this one is 2, 3, 4, 9. Why can't I get that into my head? I don't know, but I have. Right, and the 4 must go here by Sudoku. This is 2, 3, 9. That looks a bit terrifying, but I think it's probably okay in row 2. 4 is definitely a blue digit. These are no longer 4. And what is this cage adding up to then? Or do we just not know? I don't know. Oh, actually, no. It doesn't add up to 6 or 7. Oh, well, I could have seen that anyway. So it adds up to 8 or 9. And it hasn't got 4 in it. So if it adds up to 8, it's 1, 2, 5, 8. If it adds up to 9, what then? Why could it? It couldn't be 1, 2, 6, 9. It would have to be 1, 3, 5, 9. So does that mean... So that means there is a 5 in this cage, definitely, but I don't know where it goes. Because it's either 1, 2, 5, 8 or 1, 3, 5, 9. I have a feeling I'm meant to know which of those is correct. But I don't know how to do that. Bobbins. What's this caged? Oh, can I do... No, I'm suddenly thinking, oh, I can do this. I can use the secret, but I can't use the secret because I don't know what this sums to. I know it sums to an even number. Oh, maybe that's interesting. I know it sums to an even number because effectively we could represent the total of any of these boxes as 2x because 3 of the digits sum to the other digit. So let's say that that other digit is x. Obviously the box sums to 2x. Now that 2x plus an odd number is an odd number, which means these two cells sum to an even number because of the secret, something I share with only my very favourite people. But of course the secret is that, if you watch this video, that's why I'm very happy to share it with you. You are one of my favourite people. A whole box of Sudoku sums to an odd number because it sums to 45. That's what the digits 1 to 9 sum to. So I know these sum to an even number, so they have the same parity. So if they were even, they'd have to be 2, 8. Okay, but let's go back to this box because I can't think about that. That doesn't seem to be helping me. This box is not... If it's adding up to 9, it is 135. Am I not in the same position, actually? Doesn't this have to have 5 in it? How does this not have 5 in it? If it's adding up to 9, it can't be 126. And it can't be 234 because it's got a 1 in it, so it's 135. And if it's adding up to 8, it's not 134, it must be 125. So there is a 5 in there, but I think we worked out there was a 5 in this one as well by the same logic. So this is a 1-5 pair then, which is really weird. So these digits are 2 or 3 and 8 or 9, depending on what the total is here. And then this is the opposite, effectively. But now those digits are 6, 7, 8. Oh, that is... I thought that was going to do something for sure. I don't think it does, bizarrely. But what's that corner digit? Isn't that a naked single? I might be wrong about this now as well. But if we look at column 1, I've got a 6, 7 pair and 1, 4, 5. So the digits I've not put in are 2, 3, 8 and 9. But I've got 2, 3 and 9 in that box, so that's an 8 in the corner. That is useful. That is useful because now this must add up to 9, so that's got to be a 3, 9 pair. And this must add up to 8, so it's got to be 1, 2, 5, 8. And we know that 1 doesn't go there. Can we do better than that? This has got to be 5, 6, 7. I think this was probably all available if I'd thought about it differently, but I thought about it such as my brain allowed me to. Oh, there's an 8 naked single in column 4. Because there's a 5. Oh, in fact, there's a 5. There's a 6, 7 pair looking at this cell, so that's got to be a 5. Okay. So that's probably useful, he says. There's a 1 here. So there's exactly... There couldn't be... Well, yeah, there must be a 1 in one of these, because they can't both add up to... both can't be 2, 3, 4 adding up to 9, because these cells would be made up of only the digits 2, 3, 4 and 9. That's just nonsense. There are 6 digits there. So one of these has a 1 in it, and 1 doesn't, which means that 1 is not here. In this, well, in row 8. Well, hang on, no, that is true. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm not being very articulate here, am I? No, and the answer to that is no. I don't want to make a logical error. I was going to say there must be a 1 here, but I'm not sure that's true. It is, well, okay, it is true, but it will not for a good reason. It's true for a reason I've had to deduce. If there is no 1 in this tetromino, it is 2, 3, 4, 9. And I'm going to run into the same problem with these digits that I ran into wherever it was up there. These digits would only be selectable from 2, 3 and 9. And you can't select in a single row of a Sudoku 4 digits from just 3 different options. You will repeat one of them. So this has got a 1 in it. Now, I think that 1 must be in one of those 2 cells, because I know there's a 1 in one of those 2 boxes or cages. There's a 1 there. So they are the 2 1s that exist in rows 7 and 8. So we can't have 1s in these 2 cells. Now, does that... no, maybe that doesn't help me either. And one of these is... yeah, one of these is 2, 3, 4, 9, because only one of them can contain a 1. Could that one be 2, 3, 4, 9? No, that's going to kill this square, isn't it? So this one must be 2, 3, 4, 9. Which means this certainly isn't a 1. 2, 3, 4, 9. Now let's just check whether this looks like it's gone absolutely haywire or not. So there is definitely a 1 in this one, but I don't know where it goes. But it goes in one of those squares, which makes this a 1 and makes this a 5. Now there must be a 5 down here. There must be a 5 over here. Now, look, there's a 5 in there and a 5 in there. And again, it's this same sort of question. We can now ask where 5 goes in column 7. It can't go there. It can't go here. It doesn't seem to be able to go in any of those cells, so it must go there. So 5, 8, 1, 1 go in. 1s are definitely orange. 5s are definitely not. Neither is 8. And, okay, that's all very well. But this is okay. There's an 8 there because there's a 6, 7 pair in column 7, and there's no 5 look in this cage, which might be interesting, because I'm just wondering if... do we think this is adding up to 9, or do we think it's adding up to 7? Or indeed, 8. It can't add up to 8, because you can't put an 8 in it. So this is probably the question. Does this have a 9 in it? And if it doesn't, it has to add up to 7, and it has to be 1, 2, 4, 7, and maybe there's a reason that doesn't work. I can't see it though. What about 8? So where is 8 in this box? 8 is in one of 2 positions. Can it be here? If this is 8, those are either 3, 4 or 2, 5, which might be okay. Oh, where are 6 and 7 in box 8 is that's a very odd question. But it is quite interesting, because I've got this 6, 7 pair here, and so I think they have to go there. Now, what's this doing? Because that's not the digit I was expecting. What is that doing? If that's a 7, these have to be 1, 2, 4. If it's a 6, it's got to be 1, 2, 9. Okay. So there is a 1 and a 2 in this. Does that stack up logically? I feel like it must do. That's going to be quite important. I'm just going to check that yeah, I think it is true. I think there is a 2 in here. But which means this isn't a 2. So there's definitely a 2 down here. There's definitely a 2 in there, but it could be here, couldn't it? And then there would be a 2 there. Or there could be a 2 there, and then there would be a 2 here. Oh, no, what I was about to say is not true, so we will resist that statement as well. How about, oh, I'm not sure. It's going to be, Clover's going to get me with Sudoku here. Look, there's a 2, 3, 9 triple. So there's no 2 in those cells. I've got this 6, 7 pairs here and here, but they don't seem to be resolved. Okay. So I still don't quite know, do I? Do I think that... What's this digit then? So that's got to be 2, 3, 4 or 9. But I don't think I know which. I know there is a 1 and a 2 in here. So there is no 3 as well. That is true. You can't, because we can't have any one cage having all 3 low digits in it. So the 3 in column 7 has 2 options. I know... Oh, hang on. I worked out... Yeah, this is interesting. Because we knew 3 was in one of these two. But this one hasn't got 3 in it. So that must be the 3. Which means this is not a 3. 2, 4, 9. The only place for 3 in column 7 is there. So that's another small win for the goodies. That 3 does something. 3, 9. Does it do more? We could really do with it doing just slightly more. Come on. Wait a moment. That's a 2 and probably always has been. I just haven't seen it. 5 is over here. 9 is in one of these two. Yeah, but it depends, doesn't it? It depends whether this one's got 9 in it. Oh, no, hang on. No, it doesn't. I've just said. So one thing I was mulling about earlier was whether or not this could be a 9 cage. Now it definitely can't, because 9 is in one of those cells. So, what does this add up to? It's not 6, so it is either 7 or 8. But do I not know? It's either 7 or 8. I mean, 8 looks possible. There's 2 and 4 there. Yeah, I think I've just got to be more diligent on my Sudoku, don't I? That's just taken as read. So this column, you can't put 2 or 4 in here. Could that be a 4 though? No, if it was 7, this would have to be a 2. Yeah, you can't make this add up to 7, because this would have to be a 2 and a 4, because neither 2 and 4 can go in here. So this can't add up to 6, it can't add up to 9, it can't add up to 7, it must add up to 8, and the only place the 8 can go is there. And I actually anticipate that might be a sensible deduction. I've now got a 6, 7 pair there. And these two squares now are either 4, which would go there, and 3, or 2, which would go there, and 5. I've got a 5 here. What's that from? Oh, that's been available for a while. I didn't see this. That's a 5 just by Sudoku, which would also have helped me. So that's 3, that's 4, that's 2, that's 4, that's 4, that's 2. 3 must go here now. So this becomes 2, 9. It looks like that corner digit's going to have to be a 6, 7, which creates a nice pair in column 9. This digit here is 5 or 9 by Sudoku, but we know there's a 9 in that domino. So that's 5. That's 5. This is a 3, 9 pair. pair now, which somehow is not resolved. 4 comes out of these cells because it's in here. So this becomes 2, 9. And that digit is 6 or 7, as so many others. We might have to colour 6s and 7s at some stage. It's definitely not impossible that that's true. 4 here is lovely. That's going to resolve this one. Oh, look, this is big. So that's become a 5 by Sudoku now. This has become a 2 by Sudoku. 2, 8, 1. 2, 9. 9, 3. 3, 9. Good grief. This is a very, very clever puzzle. Now, can we do... We already... Okay, do we know what this is now? I can't remember. Well, we know it can't add up to 7, and it can't add up to 8, so it does add up to 9. Which means that simply cannot be a 7, so that has to be a 6. And this has to therefore be 1, 2, 6, 9, which is a really odd combination. And this 6 is doing a little bit... Actually, that is doing a bit of work. That might go round the grid a bit. 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Yes, 6, 7, 7, 7, 6. Okay, this is still going as well. That's a 7. This is, 6, 8 we can do. 8, 6, 6, 5. So the first 3 columns are all done now. And I've just got to hope that something resolves this. I'm sure it is resolved. I just have to spot where. Oh, the 8's rather good, isn't it? 8, 1. What? Yeah, hang on. Oh, the 9 at the top. That's been available for ages. There we go. 2, 5. 9 is here now, so that's got to be 9. That's got to be 4. That's got to be 2. And that's got to be 1, 1, 2. Good grief. Clover, that is absolutely stunning. Ridiculously clever. I mean, actually ridiculously clever. And you may say, oh, well, you know, you sort of thought it was going to be about low digits. Sure, I did. I did think it was going to be about low digits. But still, to be able to set that in such a way that that is the start is lunacy. It's pure lunacy. It's brilliant. It's a wonderful puzzle. Really is. Very original. Not seen anything like that at all, really. Clover, take a bow. Gliperal, thank you for the recommendation. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Oh, hang on. I realised I hadn't pressed... It was correct. That's a relief. Bye.